Hello there, this is the Shadow Ranger, and this is going to be a bit of a long video. I'm going to be fantasy booking a program leading into a US title match for Wrestlemania. Let's start with my disclaimer. I am in no way saying that I can book wrestling better than the bookers or writers of any wrestling organization. These opinions are mine and mine alone, and only represent something that I would find entertaining. Alright, my cast of characters for this program will be the United States Champion Daniel Bryan, his recently revealed main squeeze Gail Kim, Ted DiBiase Jr., Maryse, Zack Ryder, and the Bella Twins. Also with a special appearance by Alicia Fox and the Raw General Manager. Okay, so I'm basing this off what happened on Raw this week with the Bella Twins finding Daniel Bryan making out with Gail Kim and him kind of dissing them. So we're going to start with them kind of being a little upset. I forgot to mention there's also an appearance by John Morrison. So I'm going to do this week by week, each Raw and including the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. So we start off with Raw January 31st. Yeah, the Bella Twins are mad that Daniel Bryan kind of played them. They want some payback. We started this off with a scene of them backstage, flirting with John Morrison, telling him how good he looks and how good the US title would look on him. Morrison says that he sees right through them. He said, you want someone to beat Daniel Bryan because he dissed you. Tells him that first of all, you can't manipulate me into doing your dirty work for you. And second, my eyes are focused on getting another shot at The Miz and the WWE Championship. JoMo walks off and the Bella Twins are approached by Zack Ryder. He tells the Bellas that they don't need JoMo since they have him. He asks them to come to the ring with him tonight as he faces off with Primo. A little bit later, we get a backstage scene with Ted Jr. and Maryse. She's still complaining about how he's been on a losing streak and hasn't won a championship, and she says that all his money doesn't mean anything she says all the money doesn't mean anything if her boyfriend is a loser, and she tells him that she wants him to beat Daniel Bryan and win the US title, or she's gonna find herself a new boyfriend that can. Alright, so we get our match later, Zack Ryder versus Primo. Daniel Bryan is on commentary and Gail Kim is with him. Daniel Bryan is talking, Gail Kim just sitting next to him. She's holding the US title belt. During the match, we show the Bella Twins staring at Gail, mean looks on her faces, trying to get in her face, but she just kind of ignores them. Ted DiBiase attacks Daniel Bryan during the match, which causes enough of a ref distraction long enough for Zack Ryder to hit a low blow on Primo and get the pinfall. We move forward to next week, Raw, February 7th. We have a backstage scene of Zack Ryder with the Bella Twins. He said, he basically tells them, stick with him and he's going to be the next US champ and yada yada yada. We get Zack Ryder versus Daniel Bryan in a non-title match that night. Gail Kim and the Bella Twins are both at ringside. They get into a fight which distracts the ref, and Ted Jr. comes in from behind, hits Daniel Bryan with the US title. Zack Ryder gets the pinfall. Later that night, it is announced that Zack Ryder will face Daniel Bryan for the US title at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Raw, February 14th. We have a Valentine's Day couples mixed tag match. It is the team of Daniel Bryan and Gail Kim versus Ted DiBiase Jr. and Maryse versus Zack Ryder and Brie Bella with Nikki Bella at ringside. Nikki Bella is on the outside. She interferes, causing a fight between the women on the outside. Daniel Bryan manages to toss Ted Jr. to the outside of the ring, and he turns right around into a kick from Zack Ryder, allowing Zack to hit the Zack attack and get the pinfall. Segment ends with Zack Ryder holding up the U.S. belt for a little bit and then walking off. So now we're at Elimination Chamber, February 20th. U.S. title match, Daniel Bryan with Gail Kim versus Zack Ryder with the Bella Twins. The match gets going for about a good, 10 minutes or so. Gail Kim's on the outside cheering on Daniel Bryan. The Bella Twins are on the outside cheering on Zack Ryder. The women start fighting, which again causes a ref distraction. Might be one too many ref distraction in this storyline. Anyway, Ted Jr. comes down. He grabs the U.S. title belt. He gets in the ring. He teases that he's going to hit Daniel Bryan with the belt, but instead he hits Zack Ryder. Daniel Bryan is a bit confused by Ted's actions, but he covers Zack Ryder and retains the title. Raw, February 21st. Ted Jr. and Maryse come out, and Ted Jr. demands a title shot against Daniel Bryan. Zack Ryder comes out with the Bellas and, of course, is angry that Ted cost him the title. Ted says he cost Zack Ryder the title because Ted says that he is going to be the one that takes the belt from Daniel Bryan and not anyone else. Zack throws a punch. The two get into a fight. So do the women. Then we hear that familiar chime of the Raw GM. Michael Cole gets up and I quote, as he usually does, the Raw GM says that since if both guys want a title shot, then he has an idea. Their respective lady friends will have to win them a title shot. So he makes a match for later that night. It's going to be the Bella Twins versus Maryse and a partner of her choosing. If the Bellas win, then Zack Ryder gets a U.S. title shot next week on Raw. If Maryse and her partner win, then Ted Jr. gets the title shot next week. So we have the end up later tonight with the Bella Twins versus Maryse, and her partner is Alicia Fox. Maryse and Alicia Fox win, so Ted Jr. gets the title shot. Raw, February 28th. Daniel Bryan versus Ted DiBiase Jr. for the U.S. title. Much like the last title match, Zack Ryder interferes and hits Ted Jr. with the belt, causing Daniel Bryan to get the win. Later that night, Ted Jr. challenges Zack Ryder to a match on Raw for next week. March 7th, Zack Ryder versus Ted DiBiase Jr. Daniel Bryan is on commentary. Ted Jr. gets the win. Daniel Bryan grabs the mic and he gets in the ring with both guys, and he challenges them both to a triple threat match for the U.S. title at WrestleMania, with the stipulation that if he wins, then neither of them gets another title shot for as long as he's the champion. Both guys accept. Let's see. Next we're at Raw, March 14th. Ted DiBiase Jr. versus Daniel Bryan. Zack Ryder's on commentary. Daniel Bryan gets the win. March 21st, Daniel Bryan versus Zack Ryder. Ted Jr. with Ted Jr. on commentary. Zack Ryder gets the win. We'll probably have Zack Ryder do some sort of cheat win. I don't think he should win clean. So maybe he'll either grab the rope or grab the tights. But it's not going to be a clean win. But he does get the pin on Daniel Bryan. March 28th, we have an in-ring promo with all three men and their respective women. They say that they're going to be the ones to leave WrestleMania as the U.S. champion. Fight breaks out, ends with Ted Jr. standing tall. So that leads us into WrestleMania, April 3rd. United States title three-way match, Daniel Bryan versus Ted DiBiase versus Zack Ryder. There you have it. My pick to win the match would be Zack Ryder because he's my favorite of the three guys, and I'd like to see him get a run with the U.S. title. But I really think either guy would be an okay champion. I think if you do the storyline right, the storyline that I gave will build up Zack Ryder so that he'll be a credible champion. Daniel Bryan is already a credible champion, and I think most people would agree that Ted Jr. would be a credible United States champion. So, this didn't take as long as I thought it was. Maybe I just talked pretty fast. I'm going to copy and paste this in text format in the description box. Please leave your comments, your thoughts on this potential storyline, what you think of it, any changes you would probably make to it along the way, and which guy would you have go over and win the US title at WrestleMania. If you like my videos, please subscribe. Also, please follow me on Twitter at TJSMITH3. This is the Shadow Ranger. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.